Unsightly Opinions, my name's Tamara. I'm sorry if you can hear some noise in the background today. My neighbors are doing something upstairs. I don't know what they're doing. Today, I want to share with you the 5 most annoying things about being blind. This video is going to be a little more lighthearted. I didn't want to get too serious or bogged down, but all of these are still things that definitely irk me. Some of them might surprise you. Let's dive in. Number 1, silent films and foreign films. I think it's pretty obvious what I don't like about silent films. Some of that might be a bit obvious, but I don't think I have ever seen a silent film. I know there's a lot of really good classic comedy in the silent film era, all of the Charlie Chaplin, even some incredible dramas that I'm told hold up today, but I have never been able to access them because even if I were to get somebody to read me just the dialogue, there isn't enough time for me to even have any inkling of what's going on in the story. There would be a nice musical background and somebody would just be reading me a book, but I'd be missing all of the visual elements. I think it's really sad. I wish somebody would go back and audio describe some of those. If a film isn't in a language I understand, and for me that would be English or French, I cannot make it through a foreign film. Will voiceover read subtitles? Yes. Do I want to go through an entire film where I have a robot narrating to me what the lines in the film are? No. It loses all of its intensity and all of its emotion when you have a screen reader reading over top of whatever's going on in the scene. Same goes if I have somebody reading to me. It's frustrating for them, it's frustrating for me, I lose track of what's going on. It just isn't a good time. I would love to see foreign films like Pan's Labyrinth, but I've never been able to make it through because I just find it too frustrating. And I know there's a lot of really great culture that I'm missing because of that, and not being able to access materials or films on the same level as everyone else. And the last one may surprise you. It's long musical montages. We're going to start this one with an example. I'm going to have something on screen right now, and I'm going to play it over a black screen. You're going to hear the audio from the scene, and you're going to hear the musical background. Try and tell me what's going on. I'm going to continue the scene, but add the video back in. Could you have told me what was going on in that scene without the visual elements?
The camera pans along the back row of a chessboard with wooden pieces in home position. The camera moves across the board to show a white queen and black king sitting in the center. The black king falls on its side. Fade to black.
This is why I hate long musical montages or scenes that don't have a lot of sound in them that you can judge what's going on. I wouldn't have known that without the description. So I think it would be really nice if we could add more audio descriptions to videos, old films, new films, foreign films, so I can access some of that really wonderful creative content. And just putting that out there, YouTube, if you want to add audio description, I wouldn't be mad. Number 2. Being completely confused about who I'm talking to. I have had dozens, if not hundreds, of conversations with people, lovely conversations where they know who I am, and I have not the faintest idea who they are. I've come to the point now in my life where I'm not embarrassed to say who am I talking to, but when I was younger, I always got embarrassed when I couldn't tell who somebody was by their voice. So they would know me, they'd be talking about things, and I would have to try and guess who they were by trying to piece together little bits of information from the conversation about where they were talking about or what experience they were talking about and who they might be. If you want to be helpful, you could use your name when you're greeting me and use my name so I know you're talking to me. I also find it really frustrating when somebody says something and I don't know they're talking to me, so I don't respond, and they think I'm being rude. I have to explain to people constantly that if they're passing me in the hallway and waving, I'm not going to wave back because I'm not going to know it's them. Or if they say hi, I don't know that they're talking to me. They could be talking to any of the 50 other people around me, so it might take me a minute to catch on. So I find that really frustrating sometimes. I wish people would be a little more clear when they're talking or be a little more descriptive so I know what's going on. Number 3, and this one does get my goat quite a lot. It's the constant questioning from people who don't know you about what you can and can't see. You get the, how many fingers am I holding up? Are you really blind? What was that like? I'm so sorry for you. It goes on forever, and it happens just about every time I leave the house. If I'm sitting at a bus stop, somebody wants to have a conversation and feel sorry for me, and I don't feel sorry for me at all. I live a really wonderful, happy life, so I find the constant questioning about my experience, because it's different than yours, to be frustrating. Think about those questions in terms of someone's weight. Someone's vision is just as personal as someone's weight. It's part of them. It's part of their medical makeup. You wouldn't go up to somebody and say, and just a warning before I talk about the next section, I am going to be using weight as an example in hyperbole, so if that triggers you, just skip ahead about 10 seconds. Wow, you're fat. How fat are you? How much do you weigh? What happened to you? How did you let yourself go like that? You must really overeat. Wow, you don't take care of yourself, do you? Have you really tried going on a diet? Have you tried exercise? That's horrible. You wouldn't say that to anyone. Number 4, getting completely lost and tripping and bumping into things. I have had some truly comical falls. Flying over top of furniture, doing a football roll across the floor after tripping over a footstool. Being blind isn't easy, so when people move things or things are in spaces that you don't expect them to be, you can injure yourself or fall in spectacular fashion. Let me give you an example from when I had, quote, good vision. When I was in elementary school, my mom dropped me off at the front doors. I had to walk around to the back of the school to get in with my class. I knew I had to move quickly, so I was moving really fast, and in the process of maybe making it 100 meters around the school, I not only managed to smash face first, cut my forehead, running into a pole, but then as I kept going, I tripped in a crack, tore both knees out of my pants, scuffed up both my hands, kept going, tripped down a set of stairs, and now my knees and hands were really bleeding, and then made it into the school. In the minute and a half my mom had left me, I looked like I had been in some sort of fight. I had destroyed my clothes, torn up my hands, scraped my forehead, bloodied my nose, skinned my knees, and twisted an ankle. So, navigating is not easy when you can't see where you're going. I can't tell you how many times I have gotten lost in a space I know. If I'm in a big space, sometimes I can get a little bit turned around and there'll be a wall where I don't expect it. Or I won't know where I am just because I've gotten a little dizzy or I've gotten a little disoriented. It can be really frustrating to try and find your way when you don't have anything to use as some kind of landmark. And my last one, number 5, people moving things. Oh my gosh. You could move something 2 inches to the right of where I thought it was, and I won't find it. Move my sunglasses and stack it up with some other stuff, I won't find them. I will search and search and search, and it will be 2 inches in front of my nose. Moving things out of their position in space, moving a piece of furniture, is a big no-no. So please don't move things. If I have set something down, I will remember that I've set it down there. Please don't move it unless you tell me you've moved it. Or unless you're prepared to help me find it when you've forgotten where you've put it too. I hope you enjoyed this brief video. If you like content like this, please don't forget to subscribe, hit those bells and buttons, leave me comments, share it. If you want to keep up to date with what's going on in between uploads, I have an accessible Twitch stream Sunday nights and Tuesdays. We're playing Skyrim. It's tons of fun. Come join us. But that's all I have for you today. Until next time, bye for now.